Guys, what is going on? We love those cold starts in the mornings. Sorry you guys aren't going to be seeing me in the rest of this video. I'm currently sick right now. I just come out here every morning, crank the truck up, get the oil moving, get the antifreeze moving, well, water, move through the block. And guys, I'll see y'all next week. Passing it on to Riley.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rods and Wrenches YouTube channel, where today, sadly, we don't have Michael with us, but we're working on the shaggin' wagon without him. Because if you don't want to miss out on working on the shaggin' wagon, you don't get sick. All jokes, you guys. Anyways, so what we're doing is actually something that we've been working on for a while. We just haven't 100% got it foolproof. So I'm going to be using the scooter frame, which you guys haven't seen yet. I've actually got a bunch of new tools and stuff. I'm using a scooter frame that I'm going to cut a piece out of to go along here. And then I'm going to attach this to the top of it. And I think we're going to mount this either, this will probably be mounted to whatever the scooter frame that we take, or we'll do it the other way so that it's like this, so that it keeps the steering wheel lower, because being up, I don't know how that's going to be. So we're just going to fiddle with it, we're going to mess with it, see what all we can do. Only issue with that is, once this is in the middle here, this is in the middle here. There's no getting it in and out. So let's go ahead and I'm going to find us a good piece to use to run straight across. Also, later today I have to go to the farm to fix a tractor. So you guys might see some of that, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and get this done. So I've decided instead of the scooter frame, we're going to use the handle that actually goes here off of the other one that we have. So it's going to go in here, which is going to put it almost perfect. Hopefully we can get it to go in like this. Come on now. Oh, it's so close, guys, so close. Okay. So what I wanted it to be is I wanted it to be like inside of this bar. The only way for me to do that is to cut it out, which might just do that. But I guess we're gonna weld it on here and then collar pretty much good for that'll stabilize everything along this way, but we still have to figure out how we're gonna mount the steering wheel that way. So we want it mounted onto here. Is that gonna be enough? I don't know yet. So let's just go ahead and see, and we'll figure that out. Okay, well, I think I figured out how we're gonna do it, guys. Dang, that's all the way to wheel lock and it's not popping? Oh, but it locked it up. Come on, get out of the hole. There we go. Let's turn it all the way to this side, see what happens. Okay. You know, I can live with that. That's actually pretty good. Sweet. Sweet, that's perfect. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and blast this down. We're going to ground off to it. And then we're going to run a beater along this side and this side, and then we'll cut off what we don't use and bend it flat and then just weld it shut. So should be a fairly easy process. Alright, you guys, so we do have pieces that we're going to be welding, not welded now, ground down, that way we can get contact on it. Now all we got to do is hook up the welder and tack it on, and then figure out how we're going to run this other piece, if we want it on top or not. That way I know whether I need to grind this out. Well, actually I need to do that before. That way I know whether I need to grind this out or leave it. So I guess we're going to go ahead and do that. So I think we're actually just going to leave that piece off, or we might turn it into a bumper. Or this could be, it could help reinforce something to do with the rear end of the frame. Because we do, maybe, I'm not sure with me, the way that I'm moving the steering wheel, we might be having to move this back a little bit for the bucket seat, but I'm not 100% sure. Because this is actually going to be sitting up like this. That does give us a pretty good amount of room between here. It's just, you know, whether it's going to work or not is the issue. So I'm going to go ahead and weld this down here. I feel like I should cut one of the ends off, run it straight through, and weld the end back on and weld it all down on the inside of the frame. But if I do it like this, I can just cut this end off and bend it flat. So I think we're just going to stick with the original idea of cutting it off and bending it flat. Well, that's not going to reach. Now we're cooking marshmallows with a pot. I'm going to test it. Alright, that's on there, and now that that's on there, ow, sweet, so we can go ahead and lock this into place. And then we should be good for now. That's not good. Alright, wow. Looks like we're welding that too. Alright. So I ran into a bit of an issue. This moves even when it's tight because it's not big enough. This little rail, this frame, is not big enough to go on here. So I'm either going to have to find another piece of rubber or something to wrap around it to make the grommet bigger, that way it'll actually tighten down and hold, or we're going to have to weld something else in place. Probably going to do the tighteny, turny thing. So catch up with you guys whenever we get that figured out. In my hands, I hold the ultimate solution to all of our problems. Duct tape. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to be running some duct tape around that thing until it's big enough to fit in the daggum thing. That thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, it'll definitely fit now. Okay, that's too much duct tape. You know what, that one actually might be close enough. Still not close enough. What about without this piece? Just the tape. How does that fit? Oh wow. If I wanted to do that, I should have just left all the tape originally on it. So I think we're just going to put more tape on it and do that way. If this doesn't work, then JB Weld it is. Look at there, guys. Look at that. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to let this jack down a little bit. Okay, we got some adjustments to make. So down here, what I'm doing now is I've figured out the reason that it pops whenever we try to steer it and it decides not to steer. So I have a washer welded onto the bottom of the sprocket. The bottom of that sprocket actually isn't connected quite right. So I either need to A, bend it with a hammer to get it back, or B, find another washer, cut it, slide it in there, and weld it into place. Now, finding another washer, cutting it, and sliding it into place may be easier, may not be. I'm unsure. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, now let's drop it down and see. She definitely has issues, but that actually fixed the steering for the most part. So, next steps, cut this off, bend it flat. Then, guess weld it shut if we want to. Probably not. There's one. There's two. By the way, it doesn't always sit like this with the whole really tall rear end. It's up on jack stands right now because it looked cool. Yeah, we're not doing that. So steering's actually semi-fixed. Of course, we're gonna have to make more adjustments, but that's on there. Now what I want to do is get this piece of crap off right here. I guess my welds are actually holding now. Get this piece of crap off, and I don't know if this one, that one's welded to that. This just might have to stay. We're just, you know, tie something on it, something else into it. It's getting covered with sheet metal anyways, so I'm not really that worried about it. Now, yeah, steering's fixed, bub. Alright, I'll catch up with you guys whenever I get to the next part. Alright, everybody, so we got the whole steering and everything figured out by the last that I know that you guys have seen. Next thing that we've got to do is figure out how we're going to mount this engine. I'm probably not going to mount the motor today, but I might go ahead and get everything ready for us to put it on there, though. Whenever Michael gets back, we can put the motor on, run the pedals, run the lines, run everything, and have it good to go. So I'll catch up with you guys whenever I get outside to show you what we're doing. Alright, so the plans with mounting the motor is we're going to disassemble the rest of this front end. And we're either going to cut it and use this as the mount, or we may even just, I don't know, cut it further back so that we have more room and we can just slide that up under it and weld it in and everything be good. So not 100% sure, but I'm going to go ahead and start disassembling this, and I guess I'll catch up with you guys whenever we get to where we need to be. Alright, so this is what we're working with. Right now, we're going to take gas can off, hopefully get all these plastics off, and be able to get this part where the motor mounts out and weld this to the back of the cart. There we go. There she is. she's done. Gotta figure out how to mount it up back here. Right here should be a good place. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and ground this out and tack it. I'm gonna tack it down so that we can just see how it's gonna be while it's on there. Alright, that's on there. So I can probably go ahead and just, oh yeah, it's not permanent yet, but it's just about permanent. I could probably go ahead and set the motor on there, but I'm going to wait and keep reinforcing it a little bit, just so we can get everything good and make sure that everything's on there. So I'm actually going to bend these stobs up, wrap them around it, probably weld it again. Okay, maybe not. This thing's definitely going to do wheelies. That's cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and set the motor on here. I know that I said I wasn't going to, but I got to see what it looks like. Oh no! I messed up! Oil rack, come here. It's probably not going to be setting like this. Probably push right here. There's a hole there. There's a hole there and there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. That's definitely perfect. Ha! Well, boys. I'll be right back. Alright, you guys. Well, we didn't get much further than what we were before. Last thing that you guys seen, I was welding on the motor mount, and I had to went left real quick. Had to go to Petco with Zeta, look at training for our dog. So we've got this mounted up, that way the steering is more stable, everything's in place. But we've also got this engine mount on, everything is on. So now the motor can sit in here nice and free, everything can turn, everything can sit right. Now all we got to do is find some sheet metal to go back here to keep us from getting burnt up. Maybe sink this back a little, couple of inches, maybe bend this back or cut this out and then just sheet metal from here down and case it into where everything sits flush and then just push this back and weld it in. But other than that, we're done for tonight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We haven't had Michael, so whenever Michael gets back, we'll be down to running lines and getting everything running, wiring stuff up. Hopefully, we've only got 1 or 2 more videos. Maybe 3, depending on how everything goes. I know that we can get everything probably finished up in the next video. But after that, it's going to be tuning, making sure everything runs right, making sure we've got everything right spacing, you know. Might just have to do some modifications to some stuff, but we're close, you guys. So this is what it looks like right now. We got the engine on there, wheels and tires, steering, everything's lined up. We just got to put that front cage back on. Make sure everything's in place, run the pedals, run everything. We're going to get a quick release for the steering wheel, that way we don't have this just wobbling on here right now. But it actually is doing fairly decent, you guys. I think what I'm going to do is get off here and maybe get a couple of thumbnails right quick for this week's video, go up to the house, play some video games. Might stream tonight. Who knows? By the way, you guys, we do have our stream channels. I'll have those linked down in the description for you guys to see, as well as our merch shop. We have Shag and Wagon merch out there, Slam Kart Game merch. All kinds of stuff up on there. So if you guys want to check that out, it'd be greatly appreciated. But I guess this has been it for the Rods and Wrenches YouTube channel today. Next time we'll have Michael, and I'll catch you guys next time.